I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps bleeding. From the words I spit, so sharp, so freezing. So cold, behold, frostbite they feeling. I could tear you apart or I could go heal them. Don't believe in fate, don't believe in ceilings. I just need a taste and my mind starts peeling. I don't pace myself, I grind on kneeling. Got lust for change, I just love the feeling. I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. And I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. Cause I'ma live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time, and I'll soon be winning. I live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time, and I'll soon be winning. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown, get in my way and to be put down. It ain't your place, all this my town. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now. I'm losing it, the noose it fits. I'm losing shit, a stupid myth. You choose to live or choose to dip. You choose to fight or lose your grip and lose a gift.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
Yeah. There's no mercy in this world, just hunger-thirsty persons in different versions. Each new update, that shit worsens. Why? Pull back the curtain and you'll see the different vermin. We all have different burdens that all seem to cause disturbance. Yo, so do me a favor, don't treat me like a neighbor. Don't need the different flavors of your problems just to savor. I've got my own issues, I need a comb to get through. Don't need to groan with you, just go get your own tissue.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
That's it, the end of the song. Next time you'll sing along. Trust me, there's nothing wrong. I just need to carry on. Cause society's a myth put there to make you sit. Listen to what they give. Don't ask questions, shut your lid. Yeah, don't ask questions, shut your lid. I need to run away from this and go get off the grid. Feel like my brain is overloaded, man, I'm losing it. Don't let them tell you what to do, man, they don't know shit. yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience. Boil up with the cold hard hatred. I can feel the vibration. Feet in the streets, it's a new sensation. I wanna break faces on the pavement. I wanna make greatness look complacent. Adrenaline awakened, I can taste it. We can make an impact, grab and then take it. Like a disease, bring them to their knees. They for their disease. Just like a weed, spread into the streets. It's time to make them bleed. 'Cause we just want retribution. Let's go light up the darkness. Make true of an empty promise. Flip gods into weak and harmless. Take to the streets and turn them to a mosh pit. 'Cause we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution.
What is going on, fam? Welcome back to another episode. My name is TradeFly, bringing you some of the most important market news as well as technical analysis that you can actually use. And that was the truth this morning. I got on kind of early with my cup of coffee and I was like, you know what? We are getting to a level. We were looking for CVD, OI to flip. That is open interest and cumulative volume delta. We got those. We got a little bit of a bounce, quick scalp. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. I was in and out within 30 minutes. That is a day of trading. I think that was about a 57% move. So if you want to get that insight on those times that I'm not live, come on over to the Discord and I will give you that TA. All right, that being said, let's get over to the chat. Let's say what's up to the homies. We got my man username in the chat. He was the first telling some stories. It's what he does, man. Apparently he saved the day in a fight. He is my caped hero. So there you go. You heard it here first. All right, Wick's wife is in there. What up, lady? Good to see you. Mark Dutch, my dude. How you doing, man? He got 25 XP just for saying something about username, but I can't say it all because YouTube don't like it. Andrea's in here. What up to you, lady? Good to see you. Let's see here. Scrolling down a little bit more. We got Jason in the house with a good evening. How you doing, bro? Good to see you in the chat. We got, of course, Fam Bam all set in here. How you doing? And, of course, the trading wizard himself, HRJ Trading, slinging out some bangers. I think he's up well over 100% on a Bitcoin short. Let's go. That thing is printing. Very proud of you, man. You're a beast. You're a beast, man. All love. We got Alexander G in the house, of course, the best mod in all of the spaces. How are you, lady? Good to see you. And of course, JR in the chat. What up, bro? Good to see you as well. Dropping those emojis. Hope all is well. Go check him out as well, man. He's trying to make a name for himself. Got a Discord going. He's doing good things, and they're very active in his Discord. So I will shill it. I will send people your way, man. There's no I like seeing people grow. All right. Let's see, a little bit of a music switch here. Yeah, I did have a little bit of rock mixed in there. I think it's hip-hop heavy, I feel like, with a lot of people. So there you go. Attitude Era is coming back, baby. We got the House of Trades in the house. What up, dude? Good to see you as well. Hope all is well. Thank you for being here. Much, much appreciated. If you don't know, he has also got a Discord, and he's putting out some fire trades himself. So go check him out. All love in the community. You know the way I roll. All right. Here we go. Let's go ahead and get this thing started. First off, I got to get rid of this echo. There we go. We are better. Let's get it going. I got to bring someone up, though. He's been around for a while. You guys know him, all right? He has been a big part of the show for a very long time, okay? And it's not who you think it is. No, it's not FD. I'm sorry to disappoint, but it is my man, Elmer Fudd. That's right, friends. It is not looking pretty out there. Okay, it is. It's a little bit bloody. Bitcoin falls under $84,000 today. That is a level, though. That is a level that we need to keep a look at. All right, keep a look at. Keep a watch. We'll observe. Let's just put it that way. We are sitting at, I believe, about 83,750 right now. So yes, there is a very key level to look at here now. Let me say this. I'm starting to see the doom, all the doom tweets, all the doom YouTube. People are leaving crypto. Crypto's going to zero. It's getting crazy out there. What does that usually mean, fam? Buy when others are fearful. Now, I'm not going to say go out and just go dump, a bunch of capital into crypto right now. But this is when we start looking at, hey, where are these key levels that we could see, something that has a statistical probability of, where we could see a bounce. Where would be a good position to ladder into if you're one of the hodl people? If you guys are trying to hold for any amount of time, where are those levels at? I don't think 84K is that level for you. I think further down, and we'll look at it on the chart, I think 80K is probably more like one of those levels for you if you guys are trying to ladder into positions. Right here, though, if you're trying to trade, there was a little bit of a probability this morning of a little bit of a price reaction. All right, and that's what we got. Let's look at the bubbles real quick. Bubbles are red AF. All right, stable is bucking the trend a little bit at 12.1. And then WorldCoin? Yeah, WorldCoin is up 3.3%. Everything else is just getting beat up. It's ugly out there. AVAX looking bad. That's not good for my spot bag. I just bought some AVAX because of the ETF news. 8 is down 7.9%. Yeah, spot. So my spot positions personally do not look good. All right, do not look good, but I am laddering into the position. All right, so understand that I'm taking a measured approach. All right, I'm going to bring my call spaces down, just like traditional investing. If you were to start at any point, and I hate seeing this because sometimes, people are against laddering into a position. They're like, it's not the way to do business. You could upside down your account. Yes, you can. But the thing that you need to understand too, like if you're doing traditional investing, you're going to DCA in and the market is going to go up and the market is going to go down. And if you are investing, not trading, if you're investing, that's typically the approach most people take. That is the tried and true approach that even financial advisors a lot of times are going to tell you, hey, this is the way. DCA is the way, because statistically over time, the probability is that you will be profitable, especially if you're looking at the S&P and the NASDAQ. Now, different with crypto because it's speculative. Understand that, but you're taking the same approach and you're applying it to cryptocurrencies as an investment. And that is why when I'm saying I'm investing in some of these, I am truly going to invest, but I'm only, putting a certain amount of capital in, right? Like I'm going to do $1,000 buys typically, and I will ladder into positions. Now, AVAX I went a little bit heavier on, only based on the ETF news, because I think long-term AVAX is still going to be here. I do believe at some point, like it's going to go back up, and I think $24 is a very realistic area for AVAX, and that's why I'm taking I'll say measured risk. All right, a measured risk there on AVAX in particular. So let's go over to the total market cap sitting at 2.86 trillion. That is down 5.48%. That is ugly, ugly, ugly. Don't like to see that. Fear and Greed Index is at 38 fear. That will change by the end of the night. Don't you worry. Bitcoin 83,900 down 6.81, or correction, 618. Ethereum is 2793. That's down 7.41%. Not looking great out there. What is the dominance at? 58.7. So 58.7, kind of staying normal there on the dominance, right? You're not seeing a spike. You're not seeing that rotation into Bitcoin as the safe haven. It's kind of just staying status quo, which means you're going to see more of a parallel with the altcoins. So as Bitcoin moves down, you see kind of that parallel and not that exponential move with the altcoins. Something to pay attention to if you are in altcoins. That would, I guess, be somewhat of a silver lining. That being said, let's go over to the chat real quick. Let's see what you guys got going on here. Let's see. Anything adding to losers. Please keep... Yeah, man, I guess maybe I am. Maybe I am adding to losers. Maybe that's what it is. But I see it as investing. I see it as DCing A into a position. I've showed you why I think the probabilities are in my favor. We'll see. Time will tell. At some point, you could call me an idiot, but at least I'm not shilling shitcoins. So there's that. All right, here we go. So this morning, I put a message out here, and this is actually in Alex's Discord because I was a little bit more active over there with kind of following through. It happened all so quick. So once I was kind of invested, I was like invested. Plus, a lot of you guys in the Discord, I don't think you were really paying attention. But here nor there. So what were we looking at this morning? We blew through some liquidity. Let's go to the liquidation heat map here. There you go. All right, you had a bunch of liquidity here. I love the liquidation heat map. Call it what you want. Call it Mickey Mouse. I don't care. You blew through liquidity, right? And then it gets dark. And so what that means is that in terms of liquidations, there's not a lot of incentive to chase, right? That's how they're trying to make money. They're trying to liquidate you or stop you out. And that there's not much of that left on the table. So what do we do then? We come over to Market Monkey Terminal, whatever terminal you want to use, order book. It doesn't truly matter all that much which one you're using. However, that being said, we saw orders on the books. All right, so you had some buy side pressure. Then you had CVD get a little bounce there at the end. All right, so now this is getting ahead of it. All right, this isn't execution. This is just like, all right, cool, big drop on CVD, but open interest is spiking. So let's go over to the actual chart. And of course, we have the liquidity all highlighted for us. Remember 86.6 was what we looked at last time on the show. That moved down to about 86. I have updated that. Now it's cleared out, obviously. But 86.6 was the last time that we talked. Okay, we broke this little trend right here. 86.6 was on the table, right in the same area as the value area low. Impulse move through. So what does that mean when you get an impulse move through? Remember, I've talked about this a lot. So let's zoom in just a little bit. When I say impulse move through, that's this. All right, you get a large body candle. All right, it's not a wick. It's a large body candle. So that's what I want you to pay attention to. That would invalidate anything. If I was looking at something, at the POC, if I was looking at something at the value area low, if I was looking for some kind of bounce out of that, you want to see a wick, but then reestablish above the value area low or the POC, whatever you were looking at the time. All right. Impulse move through says no more. The juice is not worth the squeeze. Your risk reward got skewed out of favor. And now you're looking for a breakout retest continuation to the downside. That's really what you're looking at. But there are things that you can do in the meantime. So let's go back to the Discord and let's talk about it. Now I said, hey, CVD OI up. All right, there was a partial fill of the order. So what we had just looked at right here, there we go, right there. All right, these orders had not been touched yet. All right, you want to see these get touched in the wrong kind of ways. All right, the wrong kind of ways is what we wanted to see. Well, we did. So that happened. They got filled or partially filled. CVD then went up. Open interest then went up. Now, what did I do to protect myself? Because when you're trading, yes, you want to quickly be wrong, right? Stop loss went below the wick. And then, hey, it's it's going to happen really quick. It did. We got a nice little bounce out of the area because of the orders that were on the books, right? That in my mind was like step one. If those orders get filled, you know there's going to be a little bit of pressure to the upside. All right, you know there's going to be a little pressure. And then CVD spiked, open interest went up. So everything, the trifecta was kind of pushing up and right. All right, now I said it's low capital play. I didn't put much into it. I did $100 99x. All right, full transparency, just so you know exactly how much I put in. $100 99x. Okay, so I'm doing a little fishing here. Doing a little fishing. All right, there you go. Mark, I know you're enjoying this right now. All right, so close it out pretty quick. Now let's kind of talk about that. So 57% banger. Ain't nobody mad about that. But here's the picture of what I'm talking about. All right, so we got the partial fills, right? You filled this one got filled. This one, it looks to just get in it. Just barely get into it, all right? Then open interest starts going up. Or sorry, open interest is the bottom one. Starts going up. CVD starts working its way up slightly, okay? Slightly above the horizontal. And we broke this micro trend right here. So you can see this area of resistance as it's pushing down. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We break this. Had all the ingredients I needed. And then I went ahead and took a trade. Again, stop loss went right below the wick, and I just took it up to where I saw a horizontal level as well. Let's go to the chat here because I did actually talk about it here. Where's my exit? Remember, I always got to know where my exit is. It's a big thing for me. Like, I'm not going to get into something if I don't have a clearly defined exit. And in this case, I had a pretty clearly defined exit in my mind. What was it? It was this horizontal level right here where you had support with a breakdown in price action. Again, impulse move. Impulse move is important. Come back up, retest that area, and reject it. I mean, that's about as clear as you can get when you're trying to identify a level. What else do we have in confluence with that? A high volume area node. So you had volume. You had a clear horizontal that price action had respected. It did try to stay on top of this. Now, if you were to try to take a continuation play, you probably would have got stopped out. No, you would have gotten stopped out. No doubt about it. But I had exited. This is where I exited. All right. And you can see that 85,156 was the area I had identified. And then if you go to the position, just so you know, like I'm not feeding you any BS, 85,166 was my average close. All right. So I got everything I needed for entry. Great setup. Wish I would have went heavier. I didn't. A little mad about that. But hey, I identified my TP and I took it. And that's it. I hit my single. I walked away. I drank my coffee. It took 30 minutes of my time this morning. I ain't mad at that. Let's go over to my Discord. Show a little love to some homies here. We got JR throwing up a 377% banger. Let's go. Nice short, man. Nice short. Meet Damien throwing up some P&Ls there. He was up 36.2%. And let's see. We got... this might be him or this could be Squid. Might be Squid. He was up 135% on a long. That's looking good. And oh, this was HRJ, I believe, right? Yeah, this is HRJ. So this is a trade. This was in the Discord. All right. So he gives you the setups. All you got to do is join through an affiliate link on 2bit. Super simple. Over here where it says full VIP access. All you got to do is go through the affiliate link. You put $5 in there. Not for me, just to show you're a real person and not just completely lurking. You put $5 in the account and then you come back and you just put it in. All right, put your UID in there and it'll give you access. So it's pretty simple. Pretty simple. But HRJ killing it, man. He put that in there. He used the Neo Wave with supply and demand. That's kind of his strategy and he's crushing it. He's crushing it. So there you go. It was out there for you. Loving it, man. Great setup. Great trade. He is printing right now. There is no doubt about it. Looks like the second TP on his trade is got hit. So up to you when you close that one. But shoot, I ain't gonna be mad at 100%. Not at all. Let's go. All right, let's get over to what you guys care about. I think. Actually, I don't know if you care about this. This is gonna be the daily DJ. So we're going to go ahead and get that started. Here we go. Daily DGen, where I give you guys the opportunity to vote whether we go long or short as the audience. All right, not something I sit here and do TA on. It's just all about what you want to do. You guys are calling 60% moon. Let's go. You know what we're going to do? We're going to put the old 5 on it. I got to change this leverage, though. I can't be acting all that DGen. Whew. Get me upside down quick. All right, we'll put 20x on it. And, of course, we got 5 on it. All right, so 20x isolated. Let's see. We are market. Cool. Look at that. Look at that love there. Giving me that 3. Funny thing is, they gave me this $3,000, but I'm not losing. And so because I'm not losing, it's not cutting into it. It's not really working the way we'll have to talk. I have to talk to them because the idea of this was to save me fees, like for my fees to be deducted from the bonus. Yet all it's really doing is just giving me more buying power. But that's okay. I can't be mad at that. Instead of going 10K, I can go 11.7. But let's go ahead. We'll go long. That's what you guys want to do. Not doing any TA on it, just letting it ride. All right, that one's for you guys. We'll come back and look at it here in a moment. Let's go ahead and set a TP. We'll do about 84.5 there. And we won't be too DGen. Let's set a stop loss there. About 83. That's pretty much about a 1-to-1. Actually, no, I'm going to put it right below. That's already pushing up. Let's actually go over to the order book real quick. I know this is in the midst of kind of doing things. I'm going to close some of these out real quick. Let me close these out. They slow up the computer. All right. I just want to look at the order book real quick. So it's a trend that I've kind of noticed, right? This is a different setup, by the way. This is not the same setup. I missed out. It literally almost the exact same setup. This is the problem with doing this show. So, what did you get? I mean, this is almost exactly the same. It's crazy. What'd you get? Let me see if I can draw it here. OI started going up. Gosh, I don't know why I keep calling that OI. CBD started going up. OI spiked. All right, so what does that mean? All right, positions were coming in and the aggression was towards long positions. But one thing that I've noticed here as of late is that as you get the price action moving up, comes down for that like subsequent, like, I don't know, a retest is probably the bad, but broke out of this trend, they start stacking buys underneath of the move. And these are the ones, like you can see it right here too, because this is the one I got in on earlier. These are the ones that have a tendency to move up a little bit. Now, not much. You know, it's not guaranteed to go far, but if you're scalping, like that's almost a really nice thing that I've noticed a couple times. Now, it could be a spoof, right? Make you feel good about being in your long position. But I will say that has not been the trend that I've noticed. The trend that I've noticed is that it's almost like someone's trading very similar to the way, you know, I'm approaching it. Very similar. But they're kind of, it's more like they're on my team, you know, because what they're doing in my mind is kind of giving me a little bit of support underneath of my entry. Now, again, I didn't enter on this one. I entered on this one right here. But, you know, same kind of deal, right? Like it's giving me a little support underneath. Now, again, I don't know if it's trying to give you that psychological, you know, feeling that, hey, it could go up. But the past few times I've seen it, it seems to have gone to the upside after we have seen some buying pressure come in with CBD go up and OI go up. It's like I feel like they're just looking at the same thing, personally. And I could be wrong. And this would do what? This would kind of protect their position. If they entered here or around here, you know, this would protect their position in terms of providing a little bit of support, having those buys underneath. And now as prices pushed up and it's moving, they've taken them off. And so I don't know that that's a spoof, right? Because when you see the spoofs, right, they usually look a little bit more like this. They look like this one, the little ones, and they just bounce around. You'll see it here, and then you'll see it here, and then you'll see it here. It's like it's just bouncing all over the place. That's what I've kind of noticed with the spoofs. I could be wrong, because you never know really what it is. It's really hard to say, but this here seems to be something worth keeping an eye on as I use, the terminal more and more. That's something that interests me in terms of taking these positions. All right, so sorry, I got a little off course there just because I did want to come over here and see what this was doing. But right now you're pushing into a little horizontal level right now. So let's keep the party going. We'll kind of keep an eye on Bitcoin, see what it's doing over here. Let's zoom out a little bit. We haven't really talked too much about Bitcoin from a zoomed out perspective. Usually that's kind of my thing, is top down analysis, but I've been doing less and less of that here recently. But let's take a look-see. This was when I was going through laddering into a position, that whole diatribe. We can get rid of that. Overall though, we're in a very, very clear range, especially on the daily. Okay, and we're just retesting the lows right now. I mean, not even the lows. I mean, you're really just pushing through some of the liquidity. So when I was saying, hey, like if you're looking for a good zone, maybe a potential swing, it would actually be down near the yearly pivot. Now you do have the bottom of this channel. This channel goes back to 2021. We've talked about that. It doesn't necessarily have to come down to the yearly pivot. It really doesn't. That would just be the ideal situation. And why I say that is because if it comes down to the yearly pivot, you're taking all of the liquidity off the table. Now you have to go way back left and start looking at this area down here to be like, okay, cool. Like, are we going to take what's left of that liquidity, right? But when you're looking at the heat map, this is the weekly. Let's look at the 3-month. So what you notice about the 3-month is that this is kind of where it ends. About 83,000, right? About 83,000. Then it gets kind of dark underneath. It's not super hot underneath of our level right now, which is interesting. And we've talked about this before. When we're looking at these levels and you start to see it get really dark, that's a lot of times will lead to a reversal. It gets weird when it pushes through. Like if it's like, okay, it's dark and it just keeps pushing through. That's when I'm like, I'm staying out of this one. It's looking ugly because there's no rhyme or reason. It's happening because people are literally selling. Like there's no chase going on. There's no real, incentive for the market maker right now. This is what's the best way? The organic price action. Okay, so that's what we're gonna kind of watch for now. Does it continue to push down? And then that's when it could get, a little weird. But we do know there should be some liquidity down here. Even though it's hot, right? You can kind of see where this is kind of highlighted right here. It's hot down to about the bottom of that range there, about 83 or so. We do know there's liquidity down here as well around the yearly pivot. All right, that's a given. If you got the swing low, everything above it. But now this is an aggressive move up, so there may not be a lot of liquidity right here. And that's understandable because the liquidity is probably right here. Right? If an aggressive move up with not a lot of volume doesn't give it a lot of time to stack up liquidity. We just know that the range is there. But this could have moved so quickly that there may not have been a lot of time to put stop losses or leverage positions where people could get into trades at those levels. And that's something you need to think about and understand as well. So you could see if we lose this level where we're at, an aggressive move, a quick move down to the yearly pivot, which sucks. And that's going to freak people out. Right now, we're holding, we're trying to hold. And that would be, the more ideal situation if you guys are in positions currently, especially if you're holding, right? Like that's what you would prefer to see. But if we do lose a level, then it could be a pretty quick move down to the yearly pivot. So keep that near the back of your mind. Look for a wick down here, like, and this is what you want to see. That is what you want to see right there. But you want to see it right here. Now, if you get this, if then you could be looking for a move back up. See, this is where it always gets weird. Where would that move take you? And, where would you be looking to exit if you were to take a position, from a move like that? I'm thinking the val low, the previous val low, somewhere around 80. Oh, don't do it. Don't do it. There we go. I think that takes you to about 86.8. Somewhere around there. Maybe a little lower. Maybe 86.5 or so. Now, what does that do? That front runs the POC of the range. It front runs the high volume area node. But that would be a beautiful swing. I don't think I don't think it's going to be intraday. It's going to be pretty quick, but you're looking at about a 7, almost 8% move for Biddy. And that's a good move for Bitcoin. So you wouldn't have to use a lot of leverage, 2, 3x. Turns that into a beautiful trade. So let's put the box on there. Let's put it right below the value area low, 8% move. And it's all about the wick. And the wick doesn't have to go far on this one. See this? Anything under that, that's where the liquidity is going to sit. Now, it will ride up, obviously, a little bit. So, I mean, let's move this up a little bit to be realistic about getting into the position, right? Because you do need to see the buying pressure come in. But you can keep this below the yearly pivot, which would be a nice spot to see price action, right? Like, a lot of times you see that. So you come down, you take the liquidity, and then you find a technical area where you could see a bounce. And the yearly pivot would be it. That would align beautifully with everything that we're talking about right here. And I think that would set it up for a pretty nice swing trade. We'll bring this back down. Okay, so that does lower your percentage a little bit, but 7%, that's fine. You're looking at a 5-to-1, a 7% move for Bitcoin. And I mean, yeah, you're gonna have to be patient, but it's not bad. It's not bad, fam. So keep your eyes out for that. Again, you know my methodology in terms of being patient and letting it come to you. That's the idea here. Let it come down to you. It may not, and that's fine, and I think we'll be happy about that, to be honest. But if it does, we're ready. We've already analyzed. We've already looked at this, and we already said, hey, that's not a bad, it's not bad in terms of probabilities that we could come back up and revisit the value area low. Like, structurally, that would make sense. Keeps you within the trend, right? You're seeing a series of lower highs and lower lows. What would that do? That would stay within that trend, right? A lot of times when you're taking something, it's kind of like a mean regression, right? And when I say that, your mean right now is the POC, essentially. And so if you're regressing to the mean, then that's kind of what we're hoping for, is that you stay within the range, you take liquidity off, which is nice, right? And that kind of gets rid of that factor. And then we look for a little regression to the mean, and we'll front run it. We'll look at the value area low. I think it's a beautiful way to approach this right now. And that's kind of what I'll be waiting for in the meantime. So let's go ahead. I'm going to take a picture of that, download it, and then I will post that in the Discord. So if you guys missed the show, if you want to catch up later, whatever the case may be, it will be in the Discord for you. And that, easy peasy. All right, so that's one trade. Let's look at USDT dominance. Let's see what that's doing. All right. So this is the less than ideal situation, pushing up into that area. But, as what I just had drawn there is, you want to see a rejection here. Man, it found support. We had we had that level. It found support right off that level and just pushed, man. But here nor there, you can see we are in an area which should be theoretically resistance. for USDT dominance. What does that mean? Now, this is important because the inverse relationship. Now, we have to wait a little bit because there is a possibility that you see that. What we would like to see is this. But we are at a level where it's decision time. Okay, so it's not me saying, hey, we could go up, we could go down. It's we are at a key level. And when you're at a key level, now it makes a decision and we wait for that decision. And does it break out, retest, look for the continuation up? And if you get that, what does that mean? Bitcoin go down. Okay, so keep an eye on this. I think it is important. USDT dominance, we're at a pretty key level, 6.5, 6.6%. If we reject out of that level, what are you likely to see? Well, Bitcoin go up. And then we start coming back down and retesting these horizontal levels in, high volume areas. And so that's kind of what I'm looking for, in the near term. So if we get the breakout retest, then we're starting to look for that 80K level, and that becomes more of an opportunity. Then you're going to have to zoom out a little bit and look for where's your next stop? Where is that next level? Not there. Just still drawing away. Where is that next level that you could see resistance? And that's what we'll have to identify. And that's where we start thinking about, getting out of that position. So looking at it real quick, just looking, I see a nice little horizontal right here. Shift. All right, about 7%. Okay, so that would be that next level that I look at if we were to push up. And then, it's a matter of, does that coincide? Do you have, some sort of confluence between the charts, between Bitcoin and then total market cap, which it's still holding. Funny enough, even with, oh no, it's not holding. It just broke through. I got too many squigglies. We talked about the ascending level of support. That would be no bueno, friends. Real talk. That's not what I wanted to do there. Yeah, you don't want to lose this ascending level right now. It's been a long time since you have. But we talked about it before. There's not a lot of volume in here. Kind of what I had drawn, but right here, there's not a lot of volume. So this would be kind of your next target level. And that sits at about 2.5. Again, confluence between the charts. If that coincides with 80K for Bitcoin, that would make me feel even better about seeing a bounce for Bitcoin. And then of course we talked about USDT dominance and where if that were to push up, where we could see potential rejection. So all things to pay attention to. Right now, not ideal to be breaking a long-standing ascending level of support. This goes all the way back to August of 24. So yes, long-standing faux show. All right, August of 24. You could even argue it goes back further. January. There's an argument to be had there. All right, so this is a really long-standing ascending level of support. We are losing it. So make a break time. You need to see that start working its way back up and at least, reestablish above, where the 0.382 is, right around 3 trillion. That's what you want to see here in the meantime. If you don't, could get weird quick, unfortunately. Let's see. Who else we got in here? We got my man Harp. Said driving and listening. What up, man? Just scrolling. I'm just reading your guys' chat. I don't come up for air much. How was the fishing? The fishing was good, man. Need to sweep 80K? Yeah, I would like to see that. I think that that would be technically, from a technical perspective, that would be ideal. Getting those longs out of there. Or not getting, the longs. But getting that liquidity out of there. I think that would be the jam. But that does open up the door coming back down for that retest down here. Now this is, you know, I've kind of talked about it before. Gets a little bit weird. We start losing that about 72K level. All right, something just triggered. It was probably it was the stop on 2-bit. The daily DJing got stopped out. So I just heard a ching ching. And this is why you do stop losses, friends. All right. Yeah, it's not looking good right now, man. Look at the CVD, man. It just went horizontal. Started to trend up a little bit, and then boof. See if I can draw. Can't draw. See how it just went horizontal? Now, there's still a slight uptick on open interest. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to go up, right? Because this could be shorts. Like the weird thing about open interest is like this is just positions coming in, right? So those positions could be shorts. What you don't want to see is the trifecta if they all start turning in the same direction, right? Because then they're closing positions. Then you have if you have a higher bias towards shorts and you have price action all working its way down, that gets weird. That can get weird. Basically causes like a cascading effect. It's what we saw earlier. See CVD going down, price action going down, open interest going down. Then you get that cascading effect. Typically a lot of liquidations happen. Dom over here, Delta's pretty negative. What's that? 152 at 83.8. All right, let's go back. Nope, no thank you. All right. Cool. So we looked at a key level around 80K. Sounds like you guys are tracking on that. So my line in the sand doesn't really change for you guys from a zoomed out perspective, right? It still remains 98 to 100K. We made money off that. We took a good trade off of that level. Now, I wish I would have stayed in it. No doubt I didn't see this coming. But that was my line in the sand. 98 to 100K. There was a multitude of reasons. There was a lot of confluence there. And it hasn't changed, to be real with you. Until we reestablish the range above, until we have a change of character on the larger time frames, like this right here, this looks like the classic, if you're into like ITC stuff, accumulation, manipulation, distribution. That's what it looks like. Like this is the tried and true, concept: accumulation, manipulation, distribution. And what does that coincide with? The liquidity. Right? So you have the accumulation, liquidity stacks up above, come up, sweep it, take the highs, take the liquidity, dump it on your face. What else happens? Right here, people get excited, long positions come in, and they get trapped or stopped out. And then, of course, everything as this was going up, there's a lot of liquidity down here as well, like all the way down. That's the way it works. That's the way the game works. And especially like if you have these pit stops, guess what? Hotspot, because there's going to be more liquidity right here where there was positions building up as it was sitting at this level right here. So you have liquidity, hotspot probably have liquidity right here. So 2 hotspots. Now all of it gone. Thank you very much for playing the game. Now this is a little different, right? Like you haven't really had that pit stop to cool down. The market really hasn't even digested this move to the downside yet. The scary thing is, this is on the daily. Let's look at the 4 hour. Let's see how quick these dips were here. Yeah. What's the spread on that? 85 to 80. Man, that's a lot of price action. That's a lot of volatility within one candle in the 4 hour. $5,000 spread there. We ain't seen anything like that yet, though. Not yet. Don't get too wrapped around the oscillators. You're seeing oversold. I don't think it means much. You're just at the bottom right now. So don't jump in because you're seeing any kind of divergence. I think there is a divergence on RSI, if I remember correctly. Yeah, price action was coming down. RSI was going up. I don't get too wrapped around that. It's cool if like you see that as like a initial like indicator. Understand it's really just, you know, kind of a lagging indicator, but we come over the order book. You want to see, like I said, CVD start to work its way up. Open interest start to at least go horizontal, which it's doing. Horizontal or work its way up. Get a little move. What was the fib on this one? Down to 0.5. We'll keep an eye on it. What I would like to see, let me see if I can draw it on Trading View easier. Let's go down to the 5 minute just so we have kind of a similar. So this is kind of your new area. Right here, you got a high volume area node. We can keep this. It's not a big move though. That's kind of your next, not your next, but kind of your current level of resistance. So you'd be looking for a move potentially up from here. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that it's worth jumping in on, which you'll probably see if it does break. Probably see something like this. Comes down, retest the highs here. And then it'll be decision time of whether it's going to push through or not. But if it does, I'll come back up here. Oh, that's tough. Maybe right here. That would make sense in terms of, you know, the way it would flow in terms of the price action. What's that move from here to here? It's probably super small. It's not even 0.5. That ain't worth it. Get below the high volume area node. 4 to 1 keeps you within a 0.3. Yeah, I mean there could be something there. Like this would be. Let me fix that. This would definitely be, you know, more of a scalp play if you're looking at a breakout retest continuation. Would be careful with that. Definitely low capital, but a potential opportunity. Again, though, what you want to see come down here just as your little safety backstop is look at the open interest in the CVD. So again, what you want to see this working its way up. And this thing is not, they need to really work on the interface for this. Tell you what, I love it. So I love the data you get from it, but goodness. So that's, you want to see that continue to work up. Right now, kind of horizontal. Doesn't give me the warm and fuzzy. Now, if I saw this kind of more angled up, when I say this, I'm talking about CVD, feels more angled up. Can we move this up? Yeah. Feels more like that. I would feel pretty good about this breaking out, but right now, we'll see. It doesn't scream at me. This is something I need to jump on. All right, let's go to Ethereum. We'll take a look at that. That's right, it's up here. I guess we had something labeled. 2760. What were we looking at there? How's that the golden pocket? Yup. Okay, so yeah, just looking at the area around the golden pocket there, around 2760. You would like to see a bounce out of this area, you know, or you look for that impulse move through the zone. That's what this is right here. I know what I was talking about here is like same thing we kind of talked about a little bit before. Impulse move through the zone, breakout, retest, continuation. Haven't seen that yet. Has not played out yet. Yeah, we got a poopy move to the downside, but you're only at the bottom of the range. Not even the bottom of the range. It actually structurally kind of looks a little bit like Bitcoin, because Bitcoin's not even to the bottom of the range yet either. Right? It's about 84. Bottom of the range is closer to 80. So structurally, Ethereum very similar to Bitcoin right now. I think we can get rid of that. Say that's out of the question. We were looking at a potential short if it continued to push up. We can take that off of here just so we're not clouding up. I'm very much an if-then kind of guy, so it's not me saying, hey, it's going here, going there. It's if it does go here, then I look at taking trades. Sorry, just cleaning up the chart a little bit. Let's pull this over. Cool. Yeah, same kind of deal with Bitcoin, honestly. On the daily, you're at a nice little spot. You know, hoping for the best. Not getting a huge reaction, though. That's an indecisive candle, right? Wick on the top and the bottom side. Doesn't really give you much. This next candle could give you some information, though. It's busy. Keep this. Actually, let's get rid of that. Let's make it more pretty. A little bit more pretty. All right. Down, probably the POC and this high volume node, and then come back for the retest. Just don't know if it's going to be here or here. I'd say more likely here. And then you look for that move down. That would be yucky. You guys would hate that one. It may not go. It might just go to the low of the range, though. But there's not a lot of volume in here. I think that makes more sense. So a big spot here for Ethereum's around 2,600. Really even 25. So it's a little zone, 25 to 2,600. Because you have the POC and this high volume area node right here. Oh, let's leave that. There's your high volume area node. And then of course, your POC. Right there. So definitely got to pay attention to that. All right, let's look at Apple. Hey, she's working down. So we talked about Apple quite a bit previously. All right, following this channel, it has been unbelievable how just accurate this channel has been. Should have shorted. Should have opened some options. I mean, you know what? I might start getting into options, man, because this is just too damn easy. Too damn easy. Just boring as hell. Follows TA. Anyways. Yeah, I mean, if you're looking for a move down, you're looking for an opportunity here. I mean, you're basically getting... Let's get rid of this because this... You can see it. Moving out a little bit, but I'd say right about... Let's draw it from the high volume area node. So, previous area support, high volume area node, confluence with the trend line. Somewhere in this area at about $230 seems like a spot you need to pay attention to Apple. If you get continuation in terms of the price action coming down here to retest these levels, that my friends, it's going to be a spot to pay attention to for Apple. If you're into TradeFly, let's do a Fibonacci retracement off of that as well. Where does that take? Oh, yeah, 0.5. Right at the 0.5 too. I like it. $230 for Apple. Mark it on your charts. Not saying it's going there, but if it does go there, let's turn this orb off. It just adds nonsense. I'll take a picture of that one. Going to cry in the shower? I have no idea what just happened. TradeFly wouldn't even check. I talked about it. I said there was a bar fight. You're my caped hero. Like, what more do you want me to say? Get out of here. Username, you're needy. And I left a tip in Shib. Yes, there's your story. DDT. I've been messing with some Juju aggregated open interest and CBD stuff for MMT. Yeah, let me know, dude. Hop on in the Discord at some point, or I'll try to catch up with you in one of the Discords and show me what you're messing with, man. I'm always open. I honestly, bro, like between the heat map, very, very simple. Between the heat map and CBD, dude, just been killing it. I've only been stopped out of one trade. I haven't been trading like crazy amounts. And when I say stopped out, I mean like a full stop out. I've had other ones where I got stopped. I put the stop loss to entry. But since I've been using MMT kind of in confluence with the heat map and then just, you know, the normal TA, it's been crazy. It's been real good. I mean, like, I'm not crazy. It's not crazy how much I'm trading, how much money I'm trading. I want to size up a bit for sure. Let me see if I can go to the assets. Ugh, blinding everyone. Sorry. Let's see. Asset summary. It's like a different thing for each one. $52 today. I'll take that. So what's the monthly? I guess you would have to see the daily. Yeah, that was the only one I was actually like stopped out of. Everything else was like pretty much at entry or some kind of small trade. But yeah, it's been very consistent, man. Very consistent. And that's on, because you can see my no trade days and then my trade days, right? That was back, what month is this? Does it even say the month? Yeah, okay, that's this month. Sweet. So that was on the 4th. And it was on a Sunday. Stupid. I don't even know why I was trading on a Sunday. I don't usually. Apparently, I got a thing for Tuesdays and Thursdays. Thursday's my day, apparently. I just like trading on Thursdays. But yeah, man, dude, it's been great. Honestly, trying to keep it simple. You can see everything just kind of steadily going up. Not being too crazy, just making, small, high probability trades and just building up the account. I mean, we started at 10,000, and that was, in December. I believe it was December. So I just keep slow grind. Like I said, it's not something I get rich off. I've told you guys that many, many times. But I'm able to supplement my income and, making $300-$400 here and there, that ain't bad. And it fits my life. All right, we are getting a little move up. It's trying. Open interest still working its way up. CVD starting to work its way up consistently. And again, see these buys coming underneath. And this was something DDT, man. This was something I've been paying attention to. So this has played out twice now today. Get these descending levels of resistance here, right? Little micro trends. But what I've been waiting and watching for is, well, the one I took earlier, this one was a no-brainer just because the orders were getting filled. But, okay, cool. We get that breakout. But they start stacking orders below. And I've seen this probably about 4 or 5 times. And at first I was like, maybe, is it them trying to spoof some stuff just to make you feel comfortable about getting in along, for them to just kind of dump it? But I don't think it is. CVD is going up, open interest spiked, and then they put these bids underneath of the price action, almost kind of like protecting their long position. I don't know if that's really what's happening, but it's my perception. Because now I've seen it, like I said, probably 4 or 5 times, and the price action has gone up when they started stacking these bids underneath. So, love to sit down and talk with you about that. Across aggregated order books, mad orders got filled low 83s. There you go. Well, that makes sense. That makes sense. I mean, because we did see, when we zoomed out, I remember talking about it last show, we saw orders, orders that were staying on the books for a long time. I think we were actually, I want to say it was this one that we were talking about before. It was about 85. And then these ones are what, 84.3 and 84.2. And it's obviously, mine's just Binance. You have access to all of them. But I'm cheap, so I just went with the big dog. What else was I going to talk about? There was a reason I had these boxes highlighted. All right, cool. I remember now. Last learning point, and then I'm going to get out of here. All right, so we had price action coming down, right? Price action came into this range, and it was going horizontal. But what did you see when you started looking at CVD? CVD continued its trend to the downside, right? Even though price action, you see a divergence here. Price action is working its way up, CVD continuation, and then open interest, look at how it was kind of working its way up. Open interest does not necessarily dictate the direction of price. You guys hopefully understand that aspect of it, right? So as price action worked its way up, open interest spiked, but CVD actually kept going down. So that was a little hint. It was a little hint right here that you could actually see some movement to the downside. And what we had to kind of hang our hat on that we did talk about last time was there was a lot of orders down here, right? You just saw a lot of pink, a lot of hotness down here. I'm not going to say it's a magnet, okay? That's probably not accurate, but it does give us something to look for, right? We're looking at like, hey, if we come down, we know that there's orders on the books, and if the orders stay on the books, they're going to get filled. And so that allowed me, an opportunity to take a quick play, right? A quick scalp. And that was not this one right here. It was actually, this one was, the one that I took, I think was better than this one right here. Let's just take that. Again, this one was better, I think, personally, because we had the orders. And then we had that, let me see if I can get there you go, right there. So you broke out the trend. You got bids that stacked below you as it was working its way up. This was quick. Now, I got into this very quick. I wouldn't say this is perfect by any means, but I did start to see the CVD start to work its way up here. Open interest spiked pretty quick, right? And so I had to make this decision very quick. I think I made it right about here. All right, so that's putting you about three or so in. So, this is all I saw at the time. That's important, right? But what did I do? One of the things that I did was like, okay, cool. I know, this may not be the ideal position to get in. So stop loss was right below here. So I would have found out really quick if I was a dummy or not this morning. So it just kind of worked out for me. But yeah, man, it's been, Market Monkey has been awesome. I mean, in terms of, getting a little bit more data, especially with entries and exits. But, we already had this level kind of mapped out. So that was easy in terms of looking at like levels, right? Like that wasn't the hard part because you just look and you're like, okay, cool. Where do we see bounce? Bounce here. Bounce here. Bounce here. Got it. So somewhere in here, if you extend it out, there should be some price reaction to those levels. And it was just a matter of then seeing the actual reaction. It was the actual, like, okay, the follow through. What does it tell you? And it told me that, hey, positions are coming in and, the aggression is towards longs. And then I just found a quick out. So I like it. I'm, trying to get more towards like scalping, maybe quicker on the intraday. If I stand in these positions a long time, it was really nice, man. Get in for 30 minutes and I don't even think I was in for 30 minutes. My analysis took as much time as it did to be in the trade, which was kind of nice. So. Right on, Jason. Yeah, man, good. That's a good play. We got my man Al Jr. in here. Oh boy, here we go. Roll it up in the sky, light it. Not gonna say, I know it's a beach, but I know what you're saying. Because it's a mother effing time to TradeFly. Dump it. He's always in here to say dump it. He loves that. You've been saying dump it for a long time, man. I hope you've been in a short the whole time you've been saying dump it. You be doing all right. Been doing all right. House of Trade says he's long. Okay. Been mad busy. Son got his place at the special school, so been a mad rush this week to get him sorted for that. Starts Monday. Right on. Well, blessing to you and the fam, dude. For sure. Kids are they're a trip, man. I call them a beautiful disaster. I love them, but good Lord, they take up some bandwidth, let me tell you. Dude, I'll tell you what, DDT, just, I guess the last little comment before I get out of here. I mess with the footprint, and it, I'm gonna be honest with you, in my brain, it does not register. I mean, and I know it's one of probably the most useful tools in terms of scalping, and I've been working this one, and I know you have everything kind of on Market Monkey Terminal. I will show you this though. This dude, he did it all for free. It's like C Cryrex by Jose Donato. All right, so they were talking about him on X, but it's got this footprint. Now it's got to load, right? It doesn't give you the historical. You got to give it time to actually load. So if you go down to the 1 minute, gives it, comes in a little bit quicker. So it's one of those things, is like, if you need it right in the moment, it's not going to work for you. But it just doesn't register for me, dude. I'm looking at it, and I've watched videos. I've tried to get smart on it and really be able to digest the footprint. And for me, in my brain, for whatever reason, dog, it just does not cooperate. I'm gonna have to keep working at that for sure. It's something I want to keep working on, but this, to me, this makes it simple. This makes it simple in my mind, because I can follow a direction. I can see which direction it's going. I can do that. That I can do. All right, cool. I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you guys for being here today. It's much, much appreciated, as always. Hey, if you got anything from today, like and subscribe. I would appreciate that. I'm always dropping the sauce, giving you everything you need to know to get into these trades, get out of them. I'm giving you the education to make it happen, and I am giving you it all. I'm not holding back on you guys. Come on over to the Discord if you guys want to catch up. I do have some other traders over there. They are very, very good. HRJ, FJ, Crypto Squid, all in there, dropping some fire signals, setups. They are way more consistent than I am in terms of dropping all that TA and those signals, just to give you guys an idea. I mean, it's every day. Every day they're dropping something in there, whether it's TA or signals. That's why I keep those guys in there. So, again, thank you. As always, hope you guys have a great day. With that, trade safe, be safe. I'm out.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They'll deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why I say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you'll find a door.
finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before.